Damn. Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always do this for these movie ones. You guys, whoever's watching right now, expecting a statue update. This is a movie one.
All right.
I'm just gonna remind
Losers.
everyone.
This
Yeah.
is
But
real life.
yeah.
Yeah. This ain't no
We're-
kitty toys here.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta keep
That
you guys
long
on
hair
track.
don't cover that red neck, boy.
Jesus.
You what?
But like I always do, I do this spoilers ahead. So tonight we'll be talking about Talladega Nights. And do you guys remember when this movie came out by chance? What year? It was 2000?
Mm-mm.
I would think 2000. I'm guessing 2012.
2012? Okay. Sounds about right. But so I always forget to ask this question only towards the middle or towards the end, but I'll go first. How did you guys watch this movie? Did you watch it on your phone, the TV,
I
surround
don't think the
sound,
details
everything?
really matter here, Steven. Just as long as we saw it, right? Through any means necessary.
Yeah,
Whether
exactly.
it be pirated, whether it
Yeah.
no, but the first time I saw it was on DVD actually, not even Blu-ray, just DVD.
Yeah, I don't even remember when I first saw it. I think it was I think it was
Oh,
at the house. Like it was on when we had Dish at our house, when we all lived together. I think I saw it like just playing on one of those channels.
you know when I watched it? I watched it when I got the PlayStation 3 because it came with PlayStation 3.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like a big
It
big
came
thing
with it
back
like a
then.
promotional deal.
Yeah.
That's
It
weird.
was Sony, so Sony was like, this is what we'll give you, a movie we made.
We'll give you this.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but like without giving any spoilers, did you guys? I mean, of course, you guys liked the movie, but I'm sure you guys watched it recently again. Did it live
Yep.
up to the hype?
Yeah, I forgot how funny it was again. Like any old comedy, whenever you go
Yeah.
back to touch it up, because you remember the classic lines, but again, it's all about the little jokes that just
Yeah.
get you. And there was a lot of those. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I personally I like the movie. I think I've seen it so many times where I just wasn't laughing so much.
Oh,
also-
really? Oh,
Yeah, it could be just the
here's this
circumstance.
guy. Look at this guy.
No. Maybe it's just like what's going on and like I don't know the circumstances of what's going on right now. Maybe that's why I didn't really find it that funny. But yeah, it got a few laughs out of me. But I do like the little jokes they had, like the weird little stuff too. Like it just got really weird.
I like Cash's comment. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. That's from with the Wayne brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's awesome.
Man.
Yeah.
I was trying to do this one a little bit earlier, so like I wouldn't mess with anybody else's show. But we went to go eat Korean barbecue, and it's kind of hard to like push down Korean barbecue. Like,
Yeah.
it's unlimited food, so you're like, this is crazy.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you pushed it back because I had it on the border and my stomach was like holding me back. I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna make it.
Really?
I'm not gonna make it."
I had Popeye's chicken sandwich, so I'm
Whoa.
like still settling from that.
So if you
Oh,
leave, you'll know.
I got to hang out with the twins yesterday. It was their birthday yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So guess
Oh, yeah, it
what?
was.
They watch my streams almost. They
No
don't say
way.
all the time. Yeah, they were
Really?
mentioning some things, and I was like, "What the?"
That's
so
awesome.
if you guys are if me and Michaela, if you guys are watching today, like happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
girls.
Yeah. But they won't be.
Happy
They're probably partying.
This is your gift.
Yeah.
This is it.
But let's get into the cast, characters, and cosplay. I think I should take the cosplay.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by cosplay. Maybe with Jay and Silent Bob.
No, I think, was it with you, Christopher? I forget who I did it with, but like we reviewed the Batman. And instead
Oh,
of
right. Yeah,
saying-
we talked about their costumes.
Yeah, instead of saying
Okay.
costumes, we said
Yeah.
cosplay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so let's start out with like the main character. As everyone, if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. To me, for me at least, it holds up, and I definitely recommend it. But it starts out with this legend right here.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
Ricky Bobby.
In
Yep.
this scene right here, he's like, if you don't like Big Red, go F yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see he's about to say it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, what's up, Cash?
It's
Geez,
like-
Pepper will be the next sponsor.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
funny
we were
'cause
all eating terrible. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
I literally just came from there. Like my stomach is still like, taking it all in.
Yeah.
I
You
feel
gotta
I'm gonna
take a
have like
nap.
David Chappelle says is the meat sweats.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
The
That's why I look so
bubble guts.
shiny right now.
Yeah. No, I had to do that too. I had to wash my face before coming here. I'm like,
Yeah.
looked in the mirror and I'm like, Jesus
Jeez.
Christ.
You're
Yeah.
disgusted with yourself.
I was like struggling putting that chicken sandwich in my mouth and then just like, breathing deeply and wondering what I'm doing with my life.
Mhm.
Late night, man. If you ever want to join, man, just let me know. I know you watched the Joe and Dirt one. I'm sorry, Joe and Dirt, the Joe Dirt one, and be cool to have you on. But yeah, man, let's get back to the character. Will Ferrell plays this character named Ricky Bobby, and
Yeah.
Main character.
I don't think anyone else could play this character better than like Will Ferrell. Like all
Yeah.
the scenes he's in, everything he's basically the whole movie, right?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And I'm sure a lot of it's him improvising too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like the whole movie was almost improvised of what
Yeah.
they were saying because you could hear them
Exactly.
kind of stutter with their lines or like almost
Yeah.
laugh, but they just cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love though. It's like impromptu like that. It's better comedy for me instead of like
Yes.
all like memorized.
It's natural.
Yeah, but yeah, like from beginning to end, he he plays this character that just wants to go fast.
Yeah.
And he has a dad that basically left him when he was a kid. Well, before he was a kid, right? Like he came back to his life 10 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we still going through the cast or are we talking about the movie now? Because I'm like,
Well,
I want to bring up stuff that
yeah, bring up whatever you like. Like
Okay.
if it's with this character or whatever, it's fine.
I was going to talk about more about the dad.
Mm. Oh, we'll get to him. We'll get to him.
Okay.
So with this one though, I wanted to bring up what's it called? His dad, like in this scene right here, well, in the beginning of the movie, when they're like, his dad and him are meet after 10 years. He says, like, all right, Ricky, I'm out of here. See you when you're grown up.
That's awesome.
What kind of like parent says that?
It's funny though because you're talking about the what career day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
career day.
Yeah. So he comes in. He's like, I'm Ricky Bobby's dad or whatever, and he's like, damn son. He's like, what's it been like 3 or 4 months? He's like, it's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years. Yeah.
It's like it's been that long.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I must have
Oh,
noticed that the
man.
first time I saw it. It's just funny. He comes back for career day, and then like when he gets thrown out of the school for making like inappropriate remarks, he yells at like one of the staff saying, "We were cellmates, Andy." And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like one of those like throwaway lines that I was
Yeah.
like, what? And it never gets brought up again. So weird. I felt like the actor came up with that just to
Oh,
yell that
yeah.
out. When he
We're
was first.
cellmates.
That's awesome. I didn't even
Stupid.
catch that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this, there's a lot of characters. So this is like the first character, which is the main character. But I also consider this next guy to be
Yeah.
like a good secondary character. Well, not even secondary, a primary character, but like as close as like Will
Yeah.
Ferrell is.
He's a great
John C.
support character.
Riley.
Yeah, the funniest thing too is like I never noticed until I got this picture that it says NASCAR on the top.
Oh, you know what's funny? During the movie, I was trying to read it. I was like, "What is that?" I was like an AA car.
No, it's usually that like rock band. I
Yeah,
forget.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Huh.
I love how he
Interesting.
got that hat.
That's
Yeah.
clever.
But John C. Riley has looked the same for like 50 years, and just seeing him paired up with Will Ferrell, it was perfect. I love their dynamic they had together. So,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
They're a great duo.
Mhm.
shake it.
Yeah.
What is it? Shake
Yeah.
it before you
Yeah.
bake it?
What did he do? He was like, shake it, and then
It's-
Will Ferrell was like,
Yeah. And
break
big.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
I
funny.
love this character. Like he's great in other movies too, and he can play
Yeah.
serious, like if he wants to, which is crazy.
Yeah, I listened to an interview of him, and surprisingly, he doesn't consider himself as a comedy actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he grew up going to clown school and stuff, and which is weird, but he likes doing dramas and musicals a lot, but he still doesn't consider himself like a
The
comedy
only
actor. And yeah,
the only drama I've seen him in was Boogie Nights, and
Yeah,
that was
Boogie
like
Nights was good.
forever ago. And he looked the same, like as he does now.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
never ages.
he was in Gangs of New York too. I think he was one of the
Oh, he was. Yeah.
he was like one of the
That was-
bad guys.
This is like one of the scenes I've been using on the stream forever, and I don't know if you guys will remember it, but it's John C. Reilly playing.
It's a good group of boys. We're all gonna die together out here. You're a good group of boys to die with, I'll tell you that much. You shouldn't have come here.
What movie is that? That's hilarious.
That's the what's it called? King Kong movie. King Kong and Skull Island.
Yeah,
Skull
good group
Island,
of boys to die with.
Yeah. But that's him,
awesome.
That's John C.
Yeah.
Riley, like his voice and everything. He could be like funny, then he could be serious, and he could be like
Yeah.
funny again, back and forth.
It's just when I heard that interview, it was like on there's a podcast called WTF with Mark Maron, and he interviews random celebrities, and he was one of them. And he said that, yeah, it's weird that he doesn't really see himself being typecast in comedy movies, but I just can't see him any other ways.
Yeah,
He's just funny.
I agree.
Walk Hard. He was probably my favorite,
Oh.
one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies.
He's like, I'm an 18-year-old boy. Even though he looks like he's 40 something. He's like, I hear that? I'm his girlfriend. I'm his 16-year-old girlfriend. But she looks like she's 42.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Let me see. So we also got he great character. He's with him when he's in school too in the beginning of the movie,
Mhm.
So he's throughout the movie. And
Yeah.
the third
Oh,
character they had as a cast as John Gerard.
John Gerard, yeah.
John Gerard, played by
Yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
And he was great too, man. Like he had this whole French accent going, and
Yeah, he did. He's like really good. That's a dynamic actor, I think.
yeah.
He can play a serious role and a comedy role. He's awesome.
Did you guys like recognize him like as Borat when this movie came up? Or?
Yeah, I immediately did. It's like,
Yeah.
that's Borat.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think he's married to what's her name? She plays the redhead in the movie.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think he's married to her.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, he was
But
awesome.
yeah,
though.
yeah, he was great. Like he was basically the antagonist or the Ricky Bobby's what's it called?
Nemesis.
Rival. Yeah, nemesis
Yeah.
too. If you want to say that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was so funny because like Ricky Bobby, like I need you
Yeah.
to defeat me or whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
I think he's like a master, but he was great.
He was awesome. It's funny though, because in the movie they're actually supposed to be teammates because they work for the same
'cause, like,
company.
Yeah.
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 It was good.
But yeah, so then we got, sorry, 1 second. Then we got his dad, Reese Bobby, played by Gary Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he's funny.
I don't know what other movies he's in though, but
Same.
Pineapple Express.
oh, he
right.
was. Yeah.
The drug dealer guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He's been in a couple movies. I just can't remember right now, but yeah, he played it great. Like even like from beginning to end. So in the beginning of the movie, he says, you guys remember the beginning of the movie? Like they're in a car and they're racing back. But at the beginning of the movie, he says, guess how fast we're going.
Oh, yeah.
While his
'Cause
wife is delivering a baby, Ricky
Yeah, in
Bobby.
the backseat.
Yeah. 105.
And he goes right past the hospital.
Yeah. We passed the hospital and he goes like, oh, it's just like, I think he's coming. I think he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like, he goes like, hold on a sec. And then he does like this like little drift thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good part. No, he's awesome though. He played his role really well. I wonder if because since it's a comedy movie, I wonder if they all ad lib some lines just to like give it a shot. Like, hey, why not?
Yeah, I always wondered that about that line with there's like a scene where Ricky Bobby delivers pizzas, and that's how he meets his dad. And then like as he's leaving, he's wearing denim shorts, and he's like a polo shirt and a hat, and he just looks silly in that because he's a grown man, and he's like riding a bicycle. And as he's leaving, his dad shouts out to him like, "Hey, is that a Huffy? That's a nice looking
That's a nice
boy."
one.
Oh yeah,
I was literally just thinking of that line.
Yeah.
That was
Like he
great.
just yells that out like while he's in public.
Is that a Huffy? It's a nice bike, boy. That was
the
great.
funny thing about this movie too is like it builds up to like it looks like he's gonna leave and everything because he's not used to like everything being perfect or going the way it should go. So he's like he throws tantrums, so he gets kicked out of the Applebee's.
Applebee's, just to start drama. Yeah, he was awesome.
So then we also have Michael Duncton. His character's name is Lucius Washington.
R.I.P.
Oh man, this scene is probably like what made this whole movie too. One of the scenes that you can't go without saying about this movie.
Yeah.
What does he say? He says,
"Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky?
Yeah.
Don't you put that curse."
It's funny. Like Ricky Bobby, you expect to be an idiot. Same with Dale, John C. Reilly, and you expect maybe some of the crewmates to be stupid, but you don't expect your pitmaster to. Like he seems like the smartest one of the group, but then we see in this that even he has his moments of like stupidity that kind of like tie him together with the group.
like in this scene where he's like, they're trying to get the knife out of his leg, and he's like, we're gonna use this knife to get the other knife out, and he starts flying.
Yeah, it's so funny because when he does that, he's just trying to pry it out, and he's holding the other knife too. He's like,
yeah.
It's also funny too because he gets mad. He's like, Ricky has to know. We can't like keep sheltering him. Or whatever.
Yeah,
that happens within like all 3 minutes, which is so funny.
Oh, excuse me, Jesus. And he he's like, no. He's like, no. I'm tired of this. He's always crying. He's always crying. He's like, we're gonna tell him, and then that's when Dale's like, all right, tough love it is.
He's like, wake up, idiot. So stupid.
That was great.
That was funny, man. So he passed away recently too. So it's crazy, man. He was great in this movie. He was a great actor overall too.
He was.
I still gotta see Green Mile.
Night in the Roxbury.
Mm-hmm. He played the security guard or the bouncer.
The bouncer. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's been a lot of stuff.
This is her. She goes by Carly Bobby. I thought she played it great too.
Yeah, she's funny. I like how she's like, "Come on, boys, time for supper. I've been slaving over this for hours." And then like the camera pans to show it's just all fast food.
It's funny because the way she yells, like she's just yelling like really loud. Like I slaved over this for like hours.
What does she do? Like call like fast food joints and let them know they have an order or something?
She probably I don't know, look like a lot to lay out.
Yeah, I guess she has been doing that. I guess. Did you guys see the tub of country crock randomly placed?
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know. Like, are they going to use that to spread on the chicken or something?
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember how her and Ricky Bobby met?
Oh, she flashed him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because towards the end of the movie, she goes, "This is how we fell in love."
Yeah. He's like, "Please be 18," and then the next scene you show them getting married and everything.
Please be 18. Please be 18. Yeah, I thought she played it well. Like great. Another character, her name is Jane Lynch, and she plays Lucy Bobby, and she's a badass in this movie, right?
She is.
Yeah.
She is great. She played her role very well. The grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of like a side story of her, right? With her and the kids and trying to like parent them well.
Yeah, try to mentor them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did like it though, because like if it wasn't for her, then like the story of Ricky Bobby watching him would have taken way longer, or would have made the movie a lot longer. So to push
Yeah.
this off onto her, and her playing the role like the best fierce grandmother of all time, because
Yeah.
she smacks him right as soon as they
Yeah.
they talk back or something.
Yeah, and then she has them do community service and everything.
Yeah,
She was
So,
awesome.
she was great. Was she? Do you guys remember if it was the same actress? Or, like, was she the same actress in the first part of the beginning of the movie?
I don't
remember.
think so. I
Yeah, it
don't
seemed
think
like somebody
so.
else, right?
Yeah, I think it was someone else.
Yeah,
Unless they must have did something really good with the makeup. I don't know.
but yeah, she was great. So Jane Lynch, she's been in a bunch of other movies too. She's in a show, I know that. But so there's her, and then there's
Ah, yeah.
that's her. Amy Adams is her name.
Amy Adams, yeah. Yeah, never mind. I think it was somebody else Sacha Baron Cohen is married to. She's funny. She could like you could tell she had like a lot of she had scenes where she can express herself in like a announcing sort of way, like you need to win, Ricky, you need to drive. And then towards the end when she was trying to pep them all up with her speech, you could tell she's meant for bigger things in comedies almost, but she's still good in this.
Yeah.
I like there's a scene where Ricky won a race and he's signing everything. He's signing all these autographs. And then he signs her forehead. He's like, "Oh, I think her name's Susan." He's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
Susan,
she's like Susan." He's like, "You gotta watch yourself. You gotta, like, when I get in autograph mode, you gotta watch out." And she's like, "You're right. It was my fault for standing."
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, she delivered that line pretty well. That was great.
Yeah, she was great. And like that one scene where like they're making out,
Mhm.
it's funny because like, oh,
Yeah.
are we gonna be making animal noises? And she's like growling.
Yeah.
she plays along with it, which like I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
love. Like it's funny. It's great.
She was great.
Yeah. It would be cool to see her in more comedy roles. Wasn't she
Yeah.
in Enchanted, right? In that Disney movie,
Mhm.
Enchanted?
Yep.
I don't
That
know. I
was
haven't seen it.
her.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was funny in that one too, just of how like
Yeah.
clueless she was with being in a different world. But yeah, I'd like to see her in more comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was
she
really
was in
good.
Arrival. She was Lois Lane in Superman Batman movie.
Yeah.
Even Superman movie.
I like
Yeah,
how you
she's a
picked
great
this picture
actress.
of her. You picked a picture of her just like, oh,
Like the Rocky face or something.
Yeah.
But this is when she's freaking out, telling him like what Ricky Bobby is.
Yeah.
I forget the line. What was it? Ricky Bobby. No, Ricky Bobby is not a thinker. Ricky Bobby is a driver. Like the way
Yeah.
she says it. She's great though. Yeah, I wanted to include this guy, Andy Richter.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
him. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's part of the Conan O'Brien show, but he plays this character named Gregory.
Yeah.
He's a German Shepherd master trainer.
Yeah. He was a great little character they threw in there.
Yeah. His reaction
funny-
to this stuff is so funny on the show, on Conan show.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, he played it great. Like, I wish there was more of him, but. So then there's also I included both of these. So they're called the Dennetts, the
Yeah.
couple that owns the company.
Yeah.
You guys remember her?
Superstar.
Yeah, Superstar is where
Shannon something.
So yeah, her name goes Molly Shannon. Yep.
Molly Shannon. Okay. Yeah, she's funny. Like the part where she's like, the one good thing about these races, and then she's like leaning back, the vibrations coming up my thigh.
Yeah. Oh, I love these. That was great.
And like
Yeah.
she's like flirting with other guys because she's just so like promiscuous, I guess, or like sex deprived, but she's like saying, "Oh, you got nice teeth, ooh," and then she like kisses him on the cheek. "Ooh, you taste good too." It's so stupid.
Yeah, she's great. She's from Saturday Night Live too, so she has
Yeah.
a lot of skits. She's great. The guy, I didn't get his name, but he's like the Dennett, like the guy that takes over for his dad.
Yep.
I've seen him in a couple movies, but he played it funny too.
Yeah. He's great.
My favorite part is like when he's on the radio, he's like, "All right, you gotta like tell him to like run Ricky Bobby off the road or something," you know?
Uh-huh.
He's like speaking to the microphone.
Yeah.
No, he's cool. I like them.
Yeah, they're a funny couple. So then we got Walker and Texas Ranger.
Yeah. They were great. I
They're
love the
fun.
little exchange. I like their exchange they had with their grandpa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's like that's like one of I feel like that scene should be put into like what do you call it? What do they call that institute where they put famous movies and lock them away in the library to preserve or something? But
Oh, the
this scene,
archive?
yeah, this should archive this because it's so funny the way the kids talk to their
Yeah.
grandpa.
I love how they deliver it in like such country accent, like southern accent.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They do it so well.
I'm all
He's like-
hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he's like, I'm jumping on you like a spider monkey.
The kid on the left, I feel like got aggressive the most. He's like, "I'm 10 years old, but I'll beat your ass."
Like, Jesus.
I like when he says to his grandma, he's like, "You're gonna set a straight hum, grandma."
Yeah.
Like even the line of "Greatest Generation, my ass," Tom Brokaw was a
Yeah.
punk. It's like you're insulting like that person's like cultural icon like randomly out of nowhere. It's so
I'm glad I
stupid.
included these guys. These guys are funny.
Yeah, they are.
I also wanted to include this guy, Glenn.
Yeah,
Right.
he was great. You
So
know,
I
he's
saw
like he's a pretty big actor now.
Yeah,
Like-
it's funny because he said like he was supposed to be like a character that was supposed to be like, you know, an extra basically.
Yeah.
But he said he got more money playing this character,
Yeah.
doing what he loves,
Yeah.
like just joking around and just being a goofball than he did from his previous job for like a whole year. And he's only in the
Yeah.
movie for like a total of like 9 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So
It's funny.
He's great though. They there's a scene that he's at the bar and he's like, my grandma's turning 88. I don't know what to get her. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and then the guy's like, get her a coffin. And then he's like, no. He's like, I'm thinking about getting her like a blanket or a nice. He's like, oh my god. He's like, dude, she's probably got like a closet full of those. He's like, get her a gigolo. He's like, what? He's like, how many blankets do you think she has? He's like, I don't know. He's like, how many men come over to sleep with her? And he's like, none. He's like, exactly.
You know, during the rewatches of this, I feel like they cut that scene out because like I don't
They
really
did.
remember that.
Yeah,
when
they did. I saw the ones with the deleted scenes included.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
That must have been the one I've seen then, because
Yeah.
I saw that like a few minutes ago before we
Yeah.
started.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I saw it with that included.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, that's good to
Mhm.
know. Like, you guys are missing out on a good, good couple of scenes with this guy. This guy was great.
Yeah.
His name is Jack McBrayer. But yeah.
Yeah, he was also in Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay. Oh yeah, he
I-
was
Fix It Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never seen that one.
Do you guys remember, like towards the end, like when they're trying to get Ricky Bobby back into spirits, they're like,
Yeah.
Glenn died last night.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
a fire.
It was a fire. Like he told me, you tell Ricky Bobby he needs to win, and then like he's just peeking out the corner, just smiling at him.
It's like, was he crying?
Yeah.
Glenn, is that you, Glenn?
And even like Susan's like, you guys are sick.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, another great actor though. But yeah, like this, I put more characters here because I feel like all these characters are justified.
Yeah,
Like
I'd say so.
all of them made us laugh.
Yeah.
But let's go over the timeline of the movie for a little
Yeah.
bit. So it starts off with like, Ricky Bobby's dad driving really, really fast, and his wife is pregnant in the back, and and it skips over 10 years.
Yeah, straight to school. Yeah, but I think that's where it really starts with the whole. Well, aside from that, was good comedy in the beginning, but it really starts to pick up at the school, where he's like, "Hey, where's your dad, Ricky Bobby?" He's like, "Oh, ma'am, I haven't seen my dad in 10 years." And his dad walks through the door for the career day. And no, but what was funny though before that was another dad was giving a lecture about his job. I forget what job it was, but he's like, "Ma'am, I don't know what else you want me to say about my job." Like, like he's clearly frustrated with the kids and the teachers. I don't know what else you want me to say. Oh my god, that was good.
Yeah,
It's the little things like that, like stuff that's in the background. That's fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I loved. Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to bring up is like when Ricky Bobby does his first race, and I think he gets like third place, and they're interviewing him,
Yeah.
and he's like doing an interview, and he goes like, "So I don't know what to do with my hands."
Yeah, it just keeps rising.
yeah.
And then like it skips over to the owners of the I guess the team, and
Yeah.
it says what I had it right here. Oh yeah, so he says like he just knows how to drive. He doesn't know how to do an interview. And the
Yeah.
dad goes, "Driving has nothing to do with interviews. Wish you had some stupid cowboy in you."
Yeah,
That was good. Yeah. I like when they cut back to him getting interviewed, he's like, "I felt like I was in a spaceship," and then his hands are like doing this. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was in a spaceship. I'm like, what?
It's funny too because the interviewer's like putting his hand on him. To, like,
Yeah, he like forces his hand.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Well, here's Ricky Bobby possibly coming towards you," and Ricky's like this. He's like, yeah. Oh man. And then after that he goes on a winning streak, Ricky Bobby. And then he starts to get more comfortable, as you can see in his interviews. He's like yelling, "Whoa!" And, like, so one part he's like screaming, "Whoa! Whoa!" And, like yelling. And then he sees someone next to him, he starts yelling at this guy's face, "Whoa!" He's just like right in his face. I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
Do you remember when he first got into the car and Dale was so excited for him? And then like he's like, "You remember that time in biology class when we got kicked out? Who's retarded now?"
Yeah.
He just really he puts his mouth through the net saying, "You're my
Yeah.
best friend.
You're my
You're my best friend."
Yeah. I like that part though, because he is excited and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing after the race?" He's like, "Oh, after the race, I don't know, but I feel like we're wasting a lot of time here."
What's up, Luke?
It's like every time he says friend to Dale, he says it like friend, like without
Friend.
yeah. It's so funny.
Another thing I had on my notes was like when Lucius goes up to Ricky Bobby and goes like, "That's some of the dumbest driving I've ever seen in my life." And then Will Ferrell goes like, "Thank you."
He's like, "You ain't gonna live forever." He's like, "Oh, no one's gonna live forever." But with the advancements of medical technology,
Yeah,
why they put a heart in a Russian guy's body. He's like, he
that
died.
was
Bro.
Yeah, he's like, "I think I could live up to 242." So
that was great.
it's funny we haven't talked about this one yet. When he's driving, I mean, this is like forwarding the timeline, but like he goes, gets into a car accident, and he goes out and says, "I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me, Allah.
Yeah.
Help me."
Yeah.
He starts calling out like random names.
Yeah. What's funny about that scene too is how quickly he gets to his underwear. Like everything comes off but his underwear and his helmet. I thought that was hilarious.
He like starts swinging at the people trying to help.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was great because later on he gets back on the track, but he's driving really slow. And then he gets out of his car. He's like, "Am I all right? Am I on fire?" They're like, "No, you ain't on fire, Ricky." And then he says, that's when he starts swinging at them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah, they're like, "We got to go along with it." So they start doing the windmill thing too.
Yeah.
So funny.
It's funny too because like there's this other scene that I think John Gerard says I thought it was really cool quote. He says, "Your injury is one of ignorance and pride."
Yeah,
Remember when he breaks his arm?
yeah, because he doesn't say I love crepes.
Yeah. The whole time he's like, "Are those skinny pancakes?" He's like, "Yeah, they're good." He's like, "Oh, I love crepes. I love
Yeah.
those things."
Then he's like, how about we say you like skinny pancakes? Is that a compromise? Is that a fair compromise? Everyone's like, yeah, that's fair. And then his buddy Dale goes, he's like, hey, just so you know, he gave you a good out. He's like, you should have took it and all that. And he's like, you think I should say it? And Dale's like, no, don't say it. Oh my god.
It's so nasty the way he breaks his shoulder too, because you could see it, like he bends it. You know, it's all fake and
Yeah.
everything, but it looks so nasty.
Yeah. What's funny though about that scene though is when they first show Gerard at the bar, he plays jazz music, and there's another actor, hilarious actor with the bald head, and I forget his name. He's really great though. He
I know who
you can see you can start seeing him have spasms. Like, oh, he's like, what is this? I need this out of my head. He starts spazzing. Oh.
He says, "I want this music out of my head."
Yeah. Starts spazzing.
Spasm or something.
Yeah. And then that's when they start comparing countries. He's like, what has America given us? He's like, what do you say? Mexican food. We gave you pizza. But Gerard's like, that was Italy. That was Mexico. Chinese food. That was Chinese. And then he's like,
what has France given us?
Yeah, he said we gave you democracy, existentialism, whatever. And he's like, and the blowjob. He's like, hey, he's like, those are pretty good.
He says the last one's a good one.
Yeah. And then that's when that other actor says, we gave y'all a missionary. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So dumb. Missionary position.
Yeah.
It's like fine, I guess, but it's like just very vanilla sex movie. You know?
Yeah. Another funny thing is when after he breaks his arm, that's when Gerard's husband comes, and they're hugging on each other, give each other a little kiss, and then they leave, and Ricky's like, the room's starting to spin, and then he's like, the room's spinning really fast due to all the gayness. Not because he broke his arm, but because of the gayness.
The gayness makes him pass out. But it's funny. So he goes to the hospital, and then Dale's there, like talking to the doctor, and he goes like, he's okay, but he's having like I forget what they call it, but Dale calls it psychosomatic.
Yeah. He thinks he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, no, he says like, so does that mean he could start a fire with his mind?
Oh yeah. And then that's when what is it? Michael Douglas was his name, the actor, the pit boss, the pit master. He says he just looks at him like, what the? He's like, hey, it's been proven. People, it's in books. Just pick up a comic book one day, I'm like what? That whole part was great.
Yeah, we talked about the guy stabbing him on his leg to get it out and everything like that. But after that, Ricky Bobby starts going into going back to being a delivery boy. Do you guys remember that scene where he's like he gets in his car, he's gonna be a delivery boy, but he crashes into the cop's car.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my bad, and then he's like, watch where you're going. And he does it right again.
Yeah.
He gets his license.
He gets to ride the bus, and then he's like, I lost my license to another guy, and the guy's like, what the fuck makes you think I can?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's got
after that.
Yeah.
Then Will Ferrell goes, I completely regret speaking to you.
There's like so many times in real life where I wish I could just say that to somebody. I regret talking to you.
Oh yeah.
March, I found a whole rat in my Cobb salad.
Yeah, that's the Applebee's scene.
Yeah. Get thrown out of Applebee's.
I love when he's getting thrown out. He's like, I'm a veteran. I have a what do you call it? I'm diabetic.
I'm a diabetic. Yeah.
I'm a veteran. But back up a little to where he had the cast. Ricky Bobby had a cast And I don't know if you guys noticed, but he had sponsors on his cast. He had Wonder Bread and he had
I didn't
Powerade.
notice that.
And then he goes back to the track where he sees Gerard, and Gerard's talking to him. You know, they're insulting each other. He's like, "I play for keeps. I play for," you know, they're yelling at each other. And then Gerard says something, and then Ricky Bobby says, to quote the late great Colonel Sanders, "I'm too drunk to taste this chicken." Just a random, like, what?
Yeah, those are great.
Oh man, one of my favorite scenes out of this whole movie. It's not even like what they say; it's like what they do. Ricky Bobby puts like blindfold on with his dad in the car, and he's just like, you gotta feel it, you gotta do it. So he drives, and it follows the car from like beginning to like the camera stays right there.
Oh,
above
I know
him,
what you're talking about. Yeah.
and he just drives it, and you see him just go inside the corner of a house, and the camera doesn't move; it just stays right there.
Yeah, the camera, like the only movement you see from the camera is it zooms out and then it stays there because you could see to the extent of where he's gonna go, and he just hits the corner of the house.
For some reason, that scene for me seems like the most realistic and the most like I don't know. Like, that scene was so funny to me.
I love how Will Ferrell delivered the line to. He's like, "I'm embarrassed." He's like, "I really thought I could do."
I really thought I had it.
Yeah.
Like the dad knew who lived here. He's like, "Well, we got to get out of here. Frank's gonna be pissed."
Oh yeah.
And his dad was doing like the look like, we should get out of here.
I have this in my notes. I don't remember what part this is from, but it says Highlander. Oh yeah, he was saying like the best movie ever is Highlander. Oh, what awards did it win? Academy Award for Best Movie Ever Made.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's talking to Gerard again.
Yeah.
He's talking to Gerard again.
Or
And John Gerard, yeah. And then you guys remember when he comes back to racing, like for real? Well, not for real, but he comes back to racing and he has a big Fig Newton's sponsor on his windshield. He's like, Ricky Bobby sold his windshield, and he's like, this is dangerous, but I sure do love Fig Newtons. Yeah. And
right before all that, Luke does this. There ain't nothing more frightening than driving with a live cougar in a car.
Yeah, I think it's funny towards the end. Towards the end, he actually tames it too.
Yeah, I think he gives it a name too, like Rachel or
Karen.
Karen, yeah.
I thought it was funny though. The first time he encounters it, he's like trying to open the car. He's like, "Oh!" He's like, "Oh!" He's like, "All right, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna just drive it."
Yeah. I like too, like just the throwaway line when he's like, "You gotta calm down, calm down." He's like, "I can't. There's a cougar on me." That's stupid.
Or just funny. All the pictures I saw of the Comic-Con with people doing gang signs reminds me of this movie. Ricky doing his interview saying he does not know what to do with his hands. Yeah. Literally, man.
It's like that the whole time.
I think it's funny though when he's racing with that Fig Newton stickers, his kids are watching him because it's before like the accident, and his kids are saying, "Go ahead, Daddy, send that man back to Indonesia."
Yeah.
Like another thing I liked was when they were praying at the table before everything goes to crap with all the food, and then like they're like, "And God bless my wife's dad's leg. Please heal his horrible leg. It smells terrible." And then Dale goes, like he's agreeing it stinks.
Yeah. It's funny. In that same scene, Dale gives a shout out to the wife's breasts. He's like, and for her breasts, it's amazing. And then she's like, "That's the sweetest thing anyone had ever said," and all that. He's like, "Well, is this true?" And she's like, "I'm about to cry." And all that. Like, oh man. But do you guys remember when he was in the hospital, like he was unconscious, and everyone starts confessing things to him? And Dale's like, "Hey," he's like, "I got a confession. I did a shoot for Playgirl magazine, like, and I mean like a full spread, like my butt cheeks are spread and everything." He's like, "You probably didn't hear it because I wouldn't find the name of Mike Honcho." He's like, "But if you're hearing this, I need you to know I spread my butt cheeks as Mike Honcho." Oh man.
That reminds me of like a scene from Walk Hard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need more blankets. He needs more blankets.
Yeah. Oh, something else that happened there when he was passed out. His wife comes in. She's the first one, and she's like, I've been thinking about this. I want to pull the plug." And then he's like, he's like, "Ma'am, he's just asleep." He's like, "Look at him! Look at those noises! I've never heard him make those noises." He's just yawning. He's like, you know. Oh man.
I love that scene. Yeah, she plays it great in that scene, you know?
Yeah.
I want you to pull the plug.
Wasn't there like a part where like Michael Clark Duncan is like reading him a book and he starts with like, "Are you there, God? It's me," like Dorothy or something. It's so stupid.
So going along with the timeline, do you guys remember where Ricky Bobby leaves 2 tickets for his dad, right?
Yeah.
At every race. And then towards the end of the movie, his dad picks up those 2 tickets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the guy says, "These tickets have been waiting for you for a long time, sir." He was like, so his dad picks up the 2 tickets and he goes, $60. Who wants
Yeah.
good
I got 2 for sale. 2.
Yeah.
It fits with his character. He's kind of like a sleazebag or deadbeat dad.
But during the final like race, it's funny because Ricky Bobby's friend Dale is like, I feel conflicted. Like, who says I'm sorry to someone that slept with your wife before? You know, like I feel like my head's going in like crazy places, right?
Yeah. Mine's going into a pretzel.
What was great about that is that we missed that Ricky Bobby when he was in that second accident, he thought it was on fire. They drive him to his house, and then he goes inside, and Dale has taken over his life completely. Like he's
literally.
like, "Oh, Jenga," you know, and then like, "Hey, Ricky, it's nice of you to visit," you know. Literally married his wife.
Gone for 3 hours, man.
Yeah.
He like taped his picture on his face on the family portrait and everything.
Yeah.
I just
That
want
was
you to
great.
know you're invited to the wedding. He's like, "What? Yeah, we're getting married, man." She's like, "Yes."
Yeah. There was like there's a few scenes where he keeps calling him even like after he finds out, and he calls him saying, "I think your house is haunted."
Yeah.
He's like, "What? Why are you calling me for this?" He's like, "I'm hanging up now." And then when he hangs up, the scene still stays with Dale, and he's like eating, and then you hear like a whisper in the wind,
Yeah.
like, "Get out." So,
Yeah, you freaked out and everything.
No,
just like,
that was funny what Arch said. He said Cal tells Ricky he's the lucky one. Cal's stuck in a big house that's haunted. That was great.
Oh man, that was pretty fun. I love the calls. He goes like, "What am I still talking to you for, man?" He's like, "I
Yeah.
don't know." Then he goes like, "Talk to you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow, man."
No, that was funny. He's like, "You betrayed me, Dale. You betrayed me." He's like, "You're still mad about that?" He's like, "That was like 30 days ago." Oh
That was
man.
funny, yeah. But so they're going for the final race, the final lap, and do you guys remember the crash? Like they call it the longest crash ever. So let's go to commercials, and it's like it's a literal Applebee's commercial.
Yeah.
yeah. It's just
I love that
commercial
kind of shit.
Yeah. That's like such a NASCAR thing to do, you know. Applebee's get there.
Yeah, and with all the corporate sponsorship in this movie, I feel like the movie kind of paid for itself, you know, like by doing
It
that.
really did. Yeah.
I feel like most of the profits are just pure profit at that point.
Do you guys remember this scene? He says, "Which car do you miss most? I'll come pick you up."
you up.
In it. He says, "The Hummer."
Yeah,
The Hummer
I
it
do
is.
miss. He's like, so I'm on my way. You ready? He's like, yeah.
You know, one cool thing about it, when he's starting his final race and he has his car all redone with a new engine, it's weird, but there's that weird scene where the camera is like, it follows him on the racetrack and it zooms in, and you get a shot of Ricky Bobby, and it does like a 360 view of his face, and then zooms out. Like, do you remember that scene?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
That's funny that you say that.
Because like
that is odd.
it feels like so out of place for this movie, because that was pretty amazing for its time, because you could see it like zoom. It doesn't look too fake. You could see that some parts were like 3D animated a little bit, but
that's cool.
I was
I didn't
really
notice
impressed by that.
it like doesn't fit in the movie. Like the
Mhm.
cinematography doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
Like that scene didn't fit in that.
Yeah, that's
But
still pretty cool.
It's
yeah, it's
funny
really
though
cool.
when Ricky first pulls out his new car. They pull it out, and he's like, I got some sponsors, guys, and then you see it. It's like one of the new sponsors is Julio's thongs for men, and
Yeah.
then he's like, Julio's thongs for men. Who wears the thong? And it shows one of the guys with a thong on. He's like, yeah, those depraved bastards. He's like, and then the other one is a singles ad on the back. He's like, it's just
White
someone's single ad.
male.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a good time call.
Yeah. And then someone else puts bath salts for sale, like a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. So then like continuing on with the movie, Ricky Bobby wins, and there's this one part I really want to talk about. He decides to, Dale's Magic Man, and then
Oh,
Will
yeah.
Ferrell decides to his name to be El Diablo, and he goes like, "What's that?" And he goes like, "Oh, that's Spanish for fighting chicken."
Oh man,
Those are
that's
good
great.
scenes. Like a small scene that happened before the final race starts is, do you guys remember there's like an interviewer that's interviewing random people in the crowd?
Mhm.
It's like one of those throwaway scenes, but he's like, I'm here with Kenny Rogers. How do
Oh
you
yeah,
Oh
race?
yeah.
And the announcers are like, that is not Kenny Rogers. And then like later on, he's like, I'm here with Larry Bird. It's like a dude that does not look like Larry Bird. And I don't know what he's thinking. Like he might have had a stroke or something. It's so stupid. There's really an interviewer we don't see like anywhere
oh
in the
man,
movie besides that scene.
that's
I
great.
love those. Yeah, those were funny.
Yeah, it's great.
But towards the end of the movie, they're like outside of the racetrack and they're talking, and one of the lines that got me with said, "What do you say we go through, get thrown out of an Applebee's?" So they get out of there and they go towards an Applebee's. I love that
That's
scene.
awesome.
The camera,
Yeah,
you see them drive off. And it
Yeah.
looks-
that's funny. Do you guys remember when? So after Glenn is found out, after they fake his death, to motivate Ricky. What's her name? Susan is giving that speech. You're gonna do
Yeah.
great. Da, da, da. And then Glenn's like, he's like, Ricky, this car is your sword from King Arthur. Till Lancelot betrays him.
yeah.
He's like, Glenn, everything you just said, you ruined.
Everything Susan just said, yeah, you
Yeah,
ruined.
you
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's
That was
funny.
funny.
Mhm.
I don't think we talked about this a lot, but everyone knows this movie for Will Ferrell calling Jesus baby Jesus, and he wants to talk about the version he likes more than anybody. And he's
Yeah.
like, if you're doing the praying, you do your Jesus, but I like my 8-pound 7-ounce baby
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like, can't even say a word yet, Jesus.
Yeah. Arch
that was
says,
good.
I love when Ricky and his wife are about to get it on, and Cal says, I'll hold your hair. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah. It's funny too, because when Ricky's getting up, he's like, everyone just keep on eating.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
It's like, that was great.
Yeah. And there's like a line where the kid's like, Daddy, you made that Grace your bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great. There's another scene we missed, kind of, sort of. So after Gerard leaves Ricky with his broken arm, they showed like Speed, like it's like a show. It's like a network, a TV network for racing, Speed, and they're highlighting Gerard, like all his accomplishments, and they're showing, and here's his gay lover, da, 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 his husband, da, da, da. And then at the end of all that, the two announcers are just looking at the camera like,
Yeah.
they're just like,
Arch says, or when Ricky's mom tells the kids to stop throwing the toaster to her when she's
yeah,
in the
in the
bath.
bathtub.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Because they're like, how many times are we going to have to do this? She's like, I don't know. How many times are you going to throw the toaster in the bathtub?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man.
But so I always end the show with like a score and final thoughts. So for me, really quick, I highly recommend the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting what you're what you get. You know, it's like it's a comedy. So if
Yeah.
you're going with a whole intention of wanting to go see it for like a serious movie, like don't watch this movie.
Yeah.
It delivers. And for me, for it being a comedy, I give it like the whole movie, like from beginning to end, was funny. So I give it like an 8.5.
For myself, it's a really good movie. It's funny. It makes you laugh from A to Z. I'm sorry, and because Will Ferrell is known just for comedy. I don't know any serious movies he's been in, except for that. He was in that movie where the yard sale. I forget what it's called. Pretty serious movie, but it's still funny in some
Stranger
parts.
Than Fiction too.
Everything
Like, he's
goes. I
inside
think
his-
that's what it's called.
Everything Must Go. That's what it is.
Yeah. And
But,
Stranger Than Fiction, yeah.
I haven't seen Stranger Than Fiction,
That's
but yeah, he's a great comedy. Cal, I forget his name, the actor's name, but he's awesome working with Will Ferrell. But yeah,
John C.
definitely
Reilly.
worth a watch. Definitely,
John
John
C.
C.
Reilly. Yep.
Definitely worth a watch. As far as the scores, I would probably give it a 7 out of 10.
What?
Like,
Why so
yeah,
low?
7 out of 10. Because it's good. It's great comedy and everything. I just I don't know. It just some parts were a little dry for me. I felt like they were doing more than they needed to at some points.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all.
Do you think it's because you watch it too many times?
No, not even, because I haven't seen this movie in years, and then watching it today, I was like, "Oh, this is funny," but I wouldn't be like. I thought Joe Dirt was funnier.
Wow. Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair. 1 second. Let me do this really quick. All right, now we're good. Okay.
Skipped you out. Oh my gosh.
Christopher, how about your score? No, well, Brian, do you still recommend it or?
Yeah, I'd recommend it, absolutely. If you're a big comedy fan and you're a big Will Ferrell fan, this will deliver the laugh you need, especially if nothing else to watch.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely
Okay.
worth watching.
And Christopher, right before you go, Arch is asking, do you guys think Step Brothers is better?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say so as well.
I
Yeah.
gotta watch it. I haven't seen that movie in forever, but
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say you haven't watched it. I was like, what?
I was like, oh my god, I wish if I could close you. No, but I like the Step Brothers better because John C. Reilly gets more of a bigger role.
that's true. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, and a lot of it is
Um,
improvised.
yeah. And it's
Well, if
very
we do
like,
that one
much
next-
more vulgar.
If we do that one next, like Arch, you gotta step in, man. That'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
sure.
But Christopher, what's your score and what are your final thoughts on the movie?
I kind of agree with Brian. I got to give it like in the 7 ranges, so I'm gonna give it like a 7.5. And for me, I do think it's because I've seen it so many times. Where
Mhm.
this last time it didn't really hit for me. I think it's funny. I'm hearing a lot of people say that they're sick of Will Ferrell in comedies because there was a time where he was in nothing but comedies for like a few years. So
Yeah.
if I'd recommend it if you haven't seen this movie before, I would not recommend it if you don't like Will Ferrell because this is like I feel like this character is Will Ferrell, like just his comedy style. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
see that in a lot more Will Ferrell movies. So if you already don't like Will Ferrell, then it's probably not for you.
I think it's more like if you don't like this style of comedy where it's like just dumb guys playing dumb roles, playing dumb parts, you know. It's
It's a
Yeah.
different type of comedy. It's totally different from Joe Dirt, I think,
mhm.
because Joe Dirt literally had no point. Kind of, it's just
Yeah.
joke after joke after joke,
Scene after
which is
scene
great.
after-
Yeah, this one kind of had a plot to the story. Like he's trying to do this. I don't know. Maybe it's two different types of comedy. I'd say.
See, look at this. Arch and I agree. 7.5. This movie gets better every time I see it. It's 8.5 or higher.
Yeah, or try about you get on camera and say that. Well,
Yeah.
it's easy. It's easy.
Oh.
It's easy saying it behind the keyboard, isn't it? Isn't it?
Oh.
That's like,
Keyboard warrior.
Take it easy, sweetheart.
all right, I'll pull it back.
Put on your mask, Brian. Let's
Yeah, right.
just threaten him. Me mugging.
All right, you guys. So basically a good movie. Like definitely recommend. But like so let's start deciding on the next movie.
Wait, what would you give it, Steve?
You already said it.
8.5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
8.5 movie, just because for me it's like I haven't watched this movie in a while, and like it definitely lived up to what I remember how funny it was.
Yeah.
And
You know what's the next
every single joke or every single scene that ended, for comedy movies the scene builds up, and towards the end of the scene the line gets delivered, right? So
Yeah.
the line when it got delivered, it made me laugh my ass off. So
Yeah.
I was still liking every single one.
As far as the next movie you were gonna say?
I think Christopher was going to say something else though.
Oh, okay.
I
Were
think
you
that
about
was
to say
it.
something?
He's like, no. Because the next time I look at the camera, I'll be like, no.
And then do a wink.
So late night is saying Ben Stiller, a Ben Stiller movie like
Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Or Meet the Fuckers, or Meet the Parents.
Yeah,
I've never
I
actually
think
seen the
that's
full Meet the Parents, but I feel like it'd be annoying to me.
Meet the Parents 1 is good. Meet the Fuckers is good. And then I think there's another one. One I was gonna suggest is Cable Guy. with Jim Carrey.
with Jim Carrey. That'd be good.
Uh,
Luke says old school. Old
Old School's good.
Will Ferrell. That's funny. Andy Dick is in that movie.
Yeah,
Oh, he
Andy
is.
Dick, Vince Vaughn, Luke Wilson.
Wait, Andy Dick's in Old School? Oh, he is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wait,
He's
who was
also
in Old School?
remember he was the blowjob instructor.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that movie.
He's
I mean,
also
that
in
scene.
he's also in Cable Guy.
Andy Dick?
Yeah, remember he plays the king at
Oh, right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the
medieval
Renaissance
times.
fair.
yeah, he's like
Yeah.
buddy. He's like, buddy, get on the horse. I don't think this guy's playing.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, he's like, preferred customer, my ass.
Yeah. Are you saying the other guys?
Other guys is good.
Yeah. Other guys
I'm on
confuses
TikTok.
me because I still don't understand the plot. Like, there's a lot of corporate corruption, and then I just get lost at who the bad guy is sometimes.
I feel you.
So what about the other guys? Being old school.
Old School, the other guys, Ben Stiller,
Tank.
Pootie Tang. You and this Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang.
Billy-
If we do Pootie Tang, it's gotta be a short review because honestly, that movie's trash. But there are
Yeah.
parts that are still really funny in it.
There's also Billy Crystal movies. It's another comedian.
What do the commenters suggest? They suggested other guys and what else?
Old
A
School,
Ben Stiller movie.
Old School, Ben Stiller
Anchorman.
movie, Anchorman.
Zoolander is always a classic. Oh, there's so many options. Cable Guy. It's a good movie, man.
Yeah.
He's like when I forget what he's locked up in jail and Jim Carrey comes. He's like, you, what's your name? He's like, it's Chip Douglas, but that's not what's important right now. He's like, yeah, man, that's so great. Jim Carrey is amazing.
What about Dodgeball?
Oh, that's a really
That's
good
a
one.
good one too.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, we'll do Dodgeball. You guys seem to both.
Yeah,
Is that good?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
sure.
good. Yeah, good recommendation, Arch.
Is that a Ben
All right.
Stiller movie? I don't think. Oh yeah, he is in it, right?
Isn't it? Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah. Of course he's in it. No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody.
His wife's in
All
it too.
I like when he's
So-
like, "You really want to mess with the hurricane?"
Yeah.
All right, so we'll decide on a date either, this weekend or next week. But the next movie, in case you guys want it, Arch, Luke, late night, anybody wants to join in, or like someone that watches after, we'll pick a date and I'll post it so everyone gets to know, and we'll watch Dodgeball.
Dodgeball, that's a good one. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds good.
We'll pick a date and I'll let everyone know. But yeah, man, that was fun. That was fun again, So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comedies are always fun.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing this, so it's fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll decide on a date and we'll get back to you guys. But yeah, man.
Oh, you know what, Steve? Since this is like comic book kind of channel and statues, you know what movie fits all of this? Comic books, Ben Stiller, and comedy is Mystery Men. It combines
Oh,
that.
That's
yeah.
another one.
Mr. Mint's a good one.
Superheroes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
comedy, Ben Stiller.
We
That
could do
is a
that
good one.
too. Like probably next. Oh, we'll add it to the list. That's a good movie though.
We'll add it to the list. All right.
Yeah.
Throw it on
Put
the
that,
pile.
put that in the maybe pile.
It's got a lot of good actors in it too. Pee Wee
Yes.
Herman's in it.
He is.
All right, you guys. Arch, Luke, late night, everyone that got to tune in live. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll definitely catch up with you guys. But have a great weekend. See you guys.
So, yeah.